Hello my dudes, dudettes, and everything in between. Welcome back to Clive Games, and today we're going to be continuing on our Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIV with the investigation into why the refugees at Ul'dah suddenly decided to take up arms, and how in the world they were able to take up arms. That's basically where we are. We just did a thing for this guy where we went and beat up his friends for him, you know, like all great friends ask other people, random strangers to do. So now we gotta talk to him because we gotta find the merchant who was giving all of the refugees the weapons. Terrified refugee will have you find the shady figure who has been trying to stir dissent among his brethren. The merchant wished to approach the refugees in stone's throw, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in pursuit of this futile cause? How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? Find him, convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead us to ruin. Huh? Oh, that's right near the gate. Aw, poor little girl. Should I slap her too? I'm just joking. I mean, it's how I comforted the other guy. Have Have you seen my parents? They told me to stay here with the others. They abandoned you, girl. They abandoned you. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left with the man from Ul'dah. The man said they were going to change everything, make it so we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry. I got scared. Say, mister, are you looking for someone? I'm looking for a merchant. I'm not going to tell her the other thing. She is a child. You mean the man who left with my parents? But I don't know where he is. Wait, look, over there. I think that's him. That's convenient. Well now, which of these gullible fools shall be my next victim? Wow, you really said that out loud, you dumbass? You? Uh, uh. Yes, I instill fear in the hearts of men. He's getting away. Go get him, mister. Wonder what else I stir inside them. Imagine a giant yellow bird like this coming straight at you from the air. You again? What? Why are you pursuing me? 1 second, double checking. Okay, we are still recording. Good. Sedition, treason, revolution. I doubt I said that all in that small frame. That's preposterous. Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees? The self-same refugees who terrorize the streets of Ul'dah? Ha! You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None. No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. I don't need a right. I have the power. For the sake of argument, let us say I did do the things you claim. Surely you don't think I gave a Corkin's arse about politics. It was business. Only business. That makes it better. How? I wouldn't try running, dumbass. My spells can fly faster than you can run. We both know I am not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. Very well. And I failed already. Sure. Killed. Damn. What's all this commotion? Nothing, you metal potatoes. 7 hells. Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close. I'm just glad they didn't automatically assume that we killed him. Like, a lot of times that's just what happens, like, oh, you were right beside the body. You did it. Oh. Old adventurer, I would know more about your relationship with the victim, as well as the events leading up to his death. This man was responsible for the recent riots. Mayhap we owe his murderer a debt of gratitude? No, I don't think so. In any case, it is obvious you are not the only one whom we seek. You are not the one whom we seek. You may carry on with your investigation, Scion. I would have preferred to have him alive, and the only reason is because I wanted to find out what in the world was going on, that someone would kill him. Because he obviously knew the second he talked he was going to be killed. He just didn't know he would even get a chance to talk. What news, Clive? Where is the merchant? Murdered? Damn it all to the 7th hell. He was not simply murdered, Clive. He was silenced. Yeah, I kinda got that, dumbass. Too many knew his face, and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair, though. We may be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these riots than you realize. Cool? Nope, not that. Swift has a message for you from General Raubam. The Flame General left you word that you were to proceed to the Fragrant Chamber as soon as you return. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries, as well as the results of your own investigation. Master Alphino has already been informed that should be waiting for you outside. Pray proceed to the Royal Promenade with all haste and speak with Bartholomew. Alrighty. We've been expecting you, sir. Please proceed inside. That was a short mission. That should be better. Yeah. I don't need the healer because I already got the Ironworks gear from the tombstones, which I need to get.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room. The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the Calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters. It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Teleji Adeleji. But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield. The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations. In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill, a shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Alagon ruin.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
He walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Omega.
Pardon?
An Alagon monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Alagon inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself. If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cartano Flats, given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation. Destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon. One which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate Uldar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Uldar.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
Dang. See what I said? Trust no one on the Syndicate but those two. Recent revelations weigh heavily on Alphino's mind. Oh, I love this stuff like that. I love this stuff. I should be glad to know the truth, and yet the thought that all this chaos was the product of one man's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intended to hide the existence of Omega from the Scions? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. It would be in our best interest to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. You are, excuse me, you are of course the Scions best suited to this task. Private Jet, do take a moment to visit the Outer's Nest and make inquiries at the earliest available opportunity. Begone, whelp, this is no place for children. Dude, quite harsh. I'm sorry. Dude, you slap her, you don't point at her. That's how you comfort a child. I was looking for you, mister. You said you were looking for the man who left with my parents. You know this girl. So, he visited Stone Throw as well, I see. Did you find the man? Were my parents with him? They were not, I am afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together. Really? You'll help me look, mister? Of course. But first, I must needs finish speaking with my friend. He's telling me a secret, you see, so no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by the pillar over there? Be require but a moment. Okay, mister. I'll be waiting. There's Brat. Here. I'll take her to the quicksand. Mayhap Momodi will know what to do. A legion of Garleans, an aether-starved primal, even dealing with an Ascian would be preferable to this charade. Sometimes I fear Minfilia is too ambitious. We rush hither and yon in response to threats as they arise, without concern for the strain it places on our limited resources, and ourselves. Mayhap the time has come for a change. Clive, this is Minfilia. I know this is sudden, but I must ask you to return to Revenant's Toll with all due haste. The situation in the Tweleswood has taken a turn for the worse. I'll explain in detail once you arrive. The Twelves would. Then the primal threat she spoke of before has been confirmed. I have received no reports of Ixali activity, which leaves... the Sylphs? Go, Clive. You know as well as I that the appearance of a primal takes precedence over all else. Oh, and when you arrive, do inform the antecedent that while I am grateful for her concern, she need fear for my safety. I am more than capable of protecting myself. No, no, not the Sylphs, please, not the Sylphs. I already feel the headache coming on. Oh, I feel the headache. Alright, back to Revenant's Toll. Alrighty, and while we're here, oh, where am I? There we go. I'll go ahead and pick up the next mission for the dungeon. I think this is it. Yes. The daughters of Ishgard have a wintry gaze, but Felzy looks upon you with something very like favor, alloyed with a certain urgency. Alloyed, I think is the word. I seek a certain adventurer for a cause most just. Are you not Clive? Ha! I thought you had the right aspect. 'Twas you who played the thief and the knight at the stone vigil. The dragons guard their keep jealously, it said. Yet you slipped unseen into the cloudy fortress. Twill not be their keep for much longer though, however. The forces of Ishgard amassed by the sea of clouds. Now, this is for yours ear only, but the blockade is but a prelude to an attack. Lord Dramont commands the siege. He would have your counsel. I am but one of many who seek you at his behest. You must be a man of rare quality. The proud knights of Dunedin are not accustomed to taking, let alone seeking, outside help. Ishgard's is the cradle air I breathe, and I yearn to see the stone vigil reclaimed from the Gervanian horde. Will you not go to Whiterun Front and aid Lord Drama? Alright, so now we gotta go and help them take the Stone Vigil Keep. It's where we went in and retrieved the airship. If you don't remember. But before we go do that, let's report to Menphilia about how unfortunately, I mean fortunately, Alphino was not hurt. Too bad. Oh, and how a small potato that likes to think itself more important than it is about to try and take an exceedingly overly powered weapon that's more powerful than the Ultima weapon. It is a relief to see you healthy and hale, Clive. The latest news from Ul'dah was most disturbing. You don't know the half of it. Clearly, the only injury Alphino suffered was to his ego. Doubtless it will heal ere long. Yeah, unfortunately. The other Silence will need to be present for this meeting. If you are ready to begin, I will summon them now. Okay. No Sylphs. Latest threat to arise in the Black Shroud. Thank you for responding to my call with such haste. Rest assured, I should not have summoned you were it not urgent. To business then. I have received some most disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe that the Sylphs may have called forth their revered guardian, the Primal Ramu. I'm sorry, may have? Then it is not certain. The Elder Seers here informs us that the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord of Levin's return to the forest. The Sylphs, however, display no signs of undue commotion. Forgive me, antecedent, but the fact need not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his mere bellicose compeers, Garuda and so on, Ramu is reputed to act only in the defense of his children. I imagine he would soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger the sylphs or their territory. The abruptness of this development concerns me. Were we not keeping a close watch on the touched ones and their movements? The preparations for a summoning ritual were indeed underway, which would surely not have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen, just not this soon. I beg your pardon. You foresaw this eventuality and did naught to prevent it? I told Papa Limo. I suppose I could have reported things to Minfilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know, you know how the Sylphs feel about people poking around in their territory. They already summoned Ramu once after the calamity, but that was because the Garleans came tramping through the forest. And so as long as Castrum Orient stands, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Ida and I are in agreement. The actions of the Forest Folk were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain the observation would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Ul'dah drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. 'Tis like the Sylphs perceive this panic migration as yet another invasion, and quicken their efforts to summon their god. I am put in mind of Titan and the Kobolds. Once again, it is the affairs of men which have paved the way for a primal's coming. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorzea would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. Be that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. How so? Clive, through your dealings with the Sylphs of Little Solace, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Gridania. I wonder, might one who has treated with the Sylphs so fruitfully in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity? If Ramu can be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning. A fond hope. Were such a thing possible, we would not have been at war with the Beastmen since time immemorial. But maybe this time we can. Let us continue this discussion anon. We must needs first consult with the nation most affected by Ramu's presence. The Elder Seedseer has requested your personal involvement, Clive. Pray report to Commander Hilio at the Idol's Nest as soon as you are able. Steel yourself for the worst. While I hope for peaceful resolution to this matter, experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord of Leven will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow Scions will of course lend you whatever support you require. Alrighty. Right, so we do have to go interact with them. But before we do that, let's go unlock the next dungeon. Wonder if it'd be easier or faster just to go in from the top. Let's try it. Yep, hahaha, that's funny. Livejet, you have come to lend us your strength. House Dunendare is in your debt. You will rejoice with us to know that the battle for the Stone Vigil has finally begun. The first wave has already breached the outer defenses and entered the keep. As depraved foe as the Gervanians are, they have a certain cunning. That's because they're not mindless beasts, they actually can think. The place teems with unbelievers who gladly embrace death merely to deny us a form of advance. We came to slay dogs and are bled by nits. There are graver matters still. After our first wave stormed the keep, the enemy sealed the breach behind them. The vigil headgate is now a welter of molten iron and stone sharp as a headman's axe. We can no longer send reinforcements by land. The danger is great, but we must go by air. I shall lead the second wave, and will have you join your strength to ours. Sir Nethalian awaits you near the stone vigil itself. I shall join you as soon as I have seen to the airships. Alrighty. Surprise, surprise, their assault didn't go quite according to plan. Never would have saw that coming. Hail, Clive. Lord Drymont sent word. The airship will not be long in coming, and then we charge. All White Front knows your name, Clive Jet. Who penetrated the Stone Vigil's defenses. Why, to this very day, I remember the cheer that rang out when we heard you laid is combined low. Your presence here is tonic, pure tonic for the troops. Too long had the damned dragons desecrated our keep. Hallowed willing, the Stone Vigil shall return to Ishgard before this day is out. Alright. And then that's the dungeon unlocked. But that's all the time I got for you guys today. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see some more courtly intrigues. We're actually getting quite deep into courtly intrigues, which I really love. If you want to see some more in-game stuff or me play other games, make sure you check out my Twitch account. But other than that, thank you guys for coming, and I hope to see y'all next time.